All right, guys, here it comes. The other shoe is dropping. We've talked about Sony today. Now we're going to talk about Microsoft again. Thousands of jobs on the line across all of Microsoft, with Xbox particularly being in the crosshairs. And you thought the biggest story today was going to be PlayStation ending physical media. I have to wonder if this isn't going to be the end of Xbox. Let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. This is Kneon. This is CLOWNFISH TV. And if you'd like more of us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com. Help support the channel and get content you will not find here on YouTube. Also, if you would like to listen to us instead of watch us, you can go out to Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts, and search for CLOWNFISH TV Podcasts. Give us a subscribe, give us a star, a rating. That would be very helpful. And catch up on episodes you might have missed here on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't always recommend our content to you. So there we go. All right, let's talk about this. This is coming from Business Insider. Microsoft plans thousands of job cuts impacting less than 2.5% of workforce. That is crazy. That's going to be thousands of people. Microsoft is planning to announce job cuts soon as the tech giant continues efforts to control costs, according to people familiar with the situation. The cuts are expected to impact thousands of roles, including sales and consulting, in addition to jobs at Xbox, the people said. So the rumors were true. The meteor is coming for Xbox. This round is expected to be smaller than similar layoffs last year, but this is the third time in a year, I think. This time, the cuts are projected to be less than 2.5% of the company's 220,000 person workforce. They asked not to be identified discussing sensitive matters. The company is planning to announce the layoffs next week, although the exact timing could change. Some affected employees will be offered new roles immediately, one of the people said. In previous years, Microsoft has sometimes cut jobs around the start of its new fiscal year on July 1st. This is what happens at Disney, too. It's always in the fall when they lay people off or consolidate positions, because they take a look at the numbers and they're like, we don't need as many people, or we'd rather hire people in this division instead of that division. So, yeah, I mean, if you're working at Microsoft, July is bad. If you're working at Disney, fall is bad. Keep your desk nice and tidy in case you need to get out quickly. Who knows? I've had that happen. It sucks. Last year, the company eliminated 6,000 roles in May and an additional 9,000, or 4% of the company's workforce, in July. The plans underscore Microsoft's moves to rein in costs as it ramps up spending on AI. There it is. The company has also been under pressure from Wall Street over concerns that AI could replace software services, including some Microsoft offerings. The stock has slumped 19% in the past month, its worst month since the dot-com era. I did not know that. I knew it was dropping, but that's bad. So we're talking its worst month in like 25 years or whatever. Microsoft earlier this year announced a voluntary retirement program offering buyouts to employees level 67 and below in the U.S. who had 70 or more years of age in service. About 7% of Microsoft's 125,000 U.S. workforce, or nearly 9,000 employees, were eligible. About 1/3 of eligible employees took the buyout, in line with expectations. You want to take the buyout. If they come to you and they offer you a buyout, for God's sake, take it, because at least you're leaving with your head held high and on your own terms. If you wait, you're going to get axed. It's just a matter of timing. I mean, if you want to hang in there for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month or whatever, maybe they'll decide not to lay you off, maybe, but chances are pretty good you're going to get cut. Sales employees with commission-based compensation were excluded from the retirement buyout offer, because F you guys. Xbox layoffs have been expected since new gaming CEO Asha Sharma sent a memo to employees calling for a reset of the business. Now, let's walk it back a week or so. Satya Nadella is talking to, I think, investors, or he was at some shindig, and he basically said, well, he didn't basically say, he actually said, we're subsidizing Xbox. Xbox is not profitable. It's never been profitable for us. And so a lot of people thinking that this could be the end, or at least they're going to radically change Xbox. And in fact, the co-creator of Duke Nukem He was out there saying that he heard a huge meteor was headed for Microsoft. And now we have this. This has come from Mashable. Xbox layoffs, studio closures could start in days. Arcane, Undead Labs, and more could be affected. It is a very bad time to work in AAA gaming. I'm just saying. There's no other way of putting it. Things are looking grim at Xbox right now. This is coming from Mashable. A couple of different reports paint a bleak picture of the Microsoft-owned video game console manufacturer. Chiefly, The Verge reported that large-scale layoffs and even studio closures could happen around July 6th. This could include Arcane Studios, the developer behind Dishonored, Prey, and the Marvel Blade game, which I guess got canceled or something. Still exists in vague teaser form. I heard it was canceled. Arcane joins a list of at least 4 other Xbox subsidiary studios that could either be shut down or potentially spun off and sold. Who's going to buy them? Who's going to buy them in this market? Right? Like, people are like, all the potential buyers are themselves shutting down studios. Netflix has gotten out of games. Embracer Group is shutting down studios. Ubisoft is shutting down studios. Sony's going to be shutting down studios or whatever. Who's going to buy these studios? Who's going to buy them? It's unclear how likely the latter possibility is. One other studio on that list includes State of Decay developer Undead Labs, per GamesBeat. The next game in that series, State of Decay 3, has been in development for years, set to launch next year at the time of this publication. Compulsion Games, Double Fine, God, Double Fine is a good company too, and Ninja Theory round out the list of studios that might cease to exist as soon as next week. One of Xbox's major issues during the last decade or so has been a distinct inability to consistently ship first-party games, and shutting down or spinning off several studios is unlikely to help that in that regard. Laying off in other parts of the business that are not otherwise shutting down are also likely, per GamesBeat. All of these developments follow a leadership change at Xbox earlier this year, though the problems go back much further than that. New Xbox head Ashish Sharma has made some small symbolic overtures to win hearts and minds, such as confirming the existence of a next-gen Xbox console, Project Helix, which will retail for God knows how much, because now they're talking the PlayStation 6, if and when it ever happens, is going to be like $1,200. Given the RAM prices. So this thing will be like, what, $2,000? I mean, who's going to buy it? You just buy a PC at that point. You can buy it. A couple of years ago, you could buy a damn good PC for $2,000, but not anymore. However, Xbox's reputation among video game enthusiasts is at a historical low thanks to rampant layoffs, a lack of compelling software, and Microsoft's very controversial relationship with the Israeli military. Wait, this is the first I've heard about that. Wait, what's going on with this? Boycott Microsoft's Xbox. Because, Microsoft's working with, okay, they're working with the Israeli military. Well, everybody uses Microsoft stuff. Well, if they went to Linux, what would happen then? You know, I don't know. Anyway, it's not looking good. Now, this is interesting. We just covered PlayStation saying that they were going to get rid of physical discs, and now Xbox is like, they're testing disc to digital, which kind of reminds me of what, I don't know if they still do it or not, but Voodoo, before it became Fandango, you could put a DVD in and you could convert it for like $5 or something to digital. I mean, you still get to keep your DVD, but it sounds like that's what they're doing. But I think what they're doing is trying to get you used to not having physical games. So they're going to do the same thing that PlayStation's going to do. So this is coming from The Verge. Xbox testing disc to digital feature that digitizes a physical game collection. This could be essential for next-gen Xbox consoles. It said Microsoft will soon follow Sony and stop the production of physical discs for Xbox, but instead of leaving physical discs behind entirely, sources familiar with Microsoft's plans tell me the company has quietly been working on a disc-to-digital feature that will allow Xbox owners to digitize their existing physical game collections. And that's it. There's no more physical games. Xbox employees recently started testing this new feature after references to enable disc-to-digital appeared in the Xbox PC app code in May. They're told that Microsoft's disc-to-digital feature will work on Xbox One and Xbox Series X discs only, and not those for the 360 or the original Xbox. Well, that's okay, because you're going to have to pay forever to play your retro games. You're going to have to, subscribe monthly to pay. Ask Nintendo how that works out. And then for the games that we don't have on there, or the games that are perennial favorites, we'll just upscale them and sell that as a separate game. See also Zelda, Mario, etc., etc. Getting a digital copy of a game works simply by inserting a compatible disc and installing and playing the game. This will require a Microsoft account on Xbox console and will grant a digital entitlement for physical games. Well, if it works like Voodoo, because I stupidly converted a large portion of my DVD library to digital, and then I sold the DVDs or gave some of them to Goodwill. This was like 10 years ago, and I wish to God I had not done that, but I was trying to save space. But basically, like whatever the serial number, I don't know how it works, whatever the serial on your disc is, if somebody else comes along and puts that disc in, they can't redeem the entitlement. So, yeah. So like, it's kind of like people are going to the library and stuff and like checking out discs and then taking the digital version, because you could get a full digital copy for a couple of bucks versus like $15 or $20. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. But once somebody does that, you can't do it on your account too. That's how it works. The digital entitlement for a physical Xbox game is similar to buying the title from the digital store. If the game is available on Xbox Cloud Gaming and you have a Game Pass subscription, you'll be able to stream it. If the game is available. What if the game is not available? What if the game's not available? Then what? If it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title, you'll have access to it on PC and handheld. The feature is going to work with discs that come bundled with the console, multi-disc titles, providing access to everything the disc usually offers, etc., etc. Discs will work after they're digitized, and you'll only lose a digital entitlement if you loan the disc to a friend or sell the disc to someone else. How's that work? Microsoft is currently testing this new feature internally. Yeah, so at least they're giving you the option, I think, to save your games, but we'll see. We'll see. They might be like, you know what? That's too expensive too. So let's just get rid of it. Again, I'm telling you where this is all headed. This is all headed to you leasing your game console and leasing your games and paying a subscription, and video games will work like Netflix, and that's what they want. And then they'll just keep jacking the prices up every month. And if you want access to your games, you're going to have to pay for that. Did I miss that? Is that what they're saying? They're saying if you have, like, you need a Microsoft paid account to be able to access your games? Yeah, if you have a Game Pass subscription, you'll be able to stream it. Okay, but it didn't say that you wouldn't be able to play your games, because that's bullshit. If they're like, yeah, you can convert your games to digital, but you can only play them if you have a Game Pass subscription, because they totally would do that. I could totally see Nintendo doing that. They would. Anyway, there we go, guys. Not looking too good for Xbox. Not looking too good for Sony. It's just not looking too good for the video game industry right now. Retro games, I'm telling you, I think I'm going to take another look at Clownfish Gaming, which is what we started doing on YouTube, by the way. And I might just repurpose that whole channel just to be retro games and physical games, because I'm at the point now where it's like, fuck all this shit. I'm out. I'm out, man. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.